Hello again, and welcome to Marketing A Go-Go. In this week's video, we're going to be talking about the 3 elements of every successful video sales letter. And first, let's start with something really basic here. Okay, why a video sales letter? Well, tests have shown consistently that a video sales letter far outproduces the old style long form sales letter. You know, that would start out with the headline at the top and the thing would just run on. It would be like 10 pages of scrolling, scroll. Problem with that is, less than 5% of people scroll. I mean, that's it, 5%. So, that can make it difficult if all the good stuff and your price point and everything else, your call to action is all at the bottom. For every 20 people that hit the page, only one person actually sees that. No good, okay? The whole idea behind the video sales letter is that it brings everything, what we call above the fold. And that just means that it's all visible in one screen. So they don't have to scroll in order to see everything that's important to them to help them make a decision and actually complete the transaction with you. Meet your call to action, whatever. So that's why the wave of the future, and really not just the foreseeable future, but the future we can't foresee, is going to be the video sales letter. And really what drives that is, again, all the reasons that people can relate better and respond better to video, period. Okay, they get to know you, they get to see you, it's like you're there with them, they get your flavor. Okay, now up here at the top it says we're talking about 3 elements, and if you look here, you actually see 4. One I would say is optional and frankly does not have to be included, and that is right here, this little header. You go, well, that doesn't even make sense. Why is that up there? Well, if you want a header, I covered that in a different tip, how a small header pulls better than one of these big, headers that spread all the way across the whole screen, all the way across the page, kind of a big obnoxious header. These small ones draw better than them. So if you want to be branded, if you insist on that for your video, frankly, use a small one rather than a big one. So the first of the 3 elements that we're talking about here then is the headline. You see it right here. Who else wants to cut their mortgage payment? If you have any questions about the headline, you should definitely go back and view the tip that I recorded discussing that. You get several reasons why it looks the way it looks, the size it is, the color it is, what it is about this headline that pulls the best. Okay, so you definitely want to watch that. So item number 1 is the headline. So item number 2 right down here is the video. You go, now, wait a minute, Ralph, that doesn't look like a video. No, it doesn't look like a video, and frankly, that's on purpose, okay? Rather than have something that stands way out, the best converting videos that we have are frankly videos that don't look like videos. What it looks like is scrolling text. It's almost like a teleprompter, right? You see the text there, it's read by the narrator, and then as they move on, the text changes. So the viewer, hears it, and they see it. Now, that doesn't mean that the video can't have, a relevant graphic here. We've had great success with those as well. Now, one of the best ways to create the video, by the way, if you already have a long-form sales letter or you have a letter that you've sent out, that's your script, right? I mean, the hard work is done. All you do is break it up into pieces, put it on some PowerPoint slides, then go through it and record yourself reading those things in a conversational tone. Okay? Very, very easy way to do it. I just watched a very effective video that had no graphics. All it was black text on a white background. That was it. And frankly, the reader wasn't even compelling. Okay? But the point was well made, and you just followed along. You help the reader do it, okay? So when it's recorded, of course, that does a couple things. That makes sure that the viewer gets your presentation in exactly the order and exactly the speed you want them to receive it. It's going to be the optimum presentation. Why? Because it's recorded. So it's always going to be your very, very best presentation, okay? And then the last item that we see is the action button down here. Typically, that's going to be a buy button. You see here, add to cart. Might say buy now. It might say register. It might say become an affiliate. It could be anything. And again, I recorded a tip about this button, why it looks the way it does. Okay, with the colors that you see here, the blue text here, the same text right underneath it looking like a link, and then the clickable pictures of the little credit cards. So taken as a whole, the ideal video sales letter is pretty simple. Again, the headline, the video, the action button, everything else goes from there, but here's the beautiful part. You don't have to complicate this. The simpler, the better. What we find is that when we start to add buzzers and bells and whistles and dings and things like that, we wind up detuning the effectiveness of the video sales letter. Okay, so for the most effective video sales letter, the highest converting sales letter, just stick to these 3 elements and keep it simple. Okay, hey, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you on the next video.